You wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, right? So why build your entire business on a social media platform? Well, today, guys, I'm gonna show you why selling exclusively only on social media is really risky and honestly way more expensive than you probably think. And also what to do instead to create a business model that gives you long-term stability and also control. I mean, social media has become one of the most popular ways to sell online for small business owners. In fact, more than half of small businesses sell directly through social media platforms. I mean, I get it, like I totally do. It's fast, it's accessible, and often it feels like the smartest first step. And you can create an account for free and immediately tap into a huge audience without a really complicated setup. And your content, it gets noticed fast, and you can connect personally with your audience through comments, through lives, through DMs, and through a bunch of other things. And for a new entrepreneur like you, I'm sure it feels really efficient and low risk. However, it's not. Social media stores come with many limitations, and relying on them alone is a very dangerous business habit. I mean, for one, when you sell only on social media, you're reaching a very limited amount of users, and you're probably doing the impossible to grow your following. But just because someone follows you, that doesn't mean that they are actually going to see your content. And also, even if you're getting the views, it doesn't necessarily mean that someone's actually paying attention or gaining value from what you've shared, let alone sales. It just means your content appeared in front of them for some reason. And organic traffic on social media is actually very tiny. On Instagram, only about 1.5% of your followers see a post without paid promotion. And if you've got, let's say, 10,000 followers, that's around 150 people seeing your post. And on TikTok, it can even be as low as 0.4%. And while organic social marketing is really great for building brand awareness and community, you will need to invest in paid social traffic to drive conversions and reach a wider audience, even among those who already follow you. And this could be worth exploring if you're a very small store looking to grow. But if you want to dive deeper into meta ads specifically, here's a very cool video about that, so definitely check it out. Now, the reason reach is so limited essentially comes down to how social media platforms work. I mean, you've probably heard about algorithms. So they're like the secret system running in the background that pick and choose what shows up in someone's feed. Plus, algorithms are always changing. So when you create a social media shop, you're also signing up to play by the platform's rules. And the reality is that social media platforms can change their policies and regulations without holding elections. And I mean, what works for your small store today might not work tomorrow. And also, you can't just shift from one platform to another like you're switching internet providers. I mean, you've already built your audience in a specific place, and you can't just transfer all of your followers somewhere else by clicking on a button. And this actually brings me to my next point. Social media stores are high effort. Like, guys, I make content for a living, so trust me when I say that constant pressure to create new and engaging content all the time is super tiring. In fact, half of content creators experience burnout at some point. On average, you need to post 3 to 5 times a week, and not all content works. It needs to be high quality, valuable, and tailored to the platform that you are using. For example, Instagram favors Reels over posts for attracting new followers, whereas carousels tend to build more trust and get more shares and saves. And you also need to plan ahead, keep up with trends. And if your shop is on multiple social media platforms, that is double the work. Like, for example, if you're a fitness coach, you might have to film workout reels for your Instagram shop and motivational videos for your TikTok shop. And that is between 6 to 10 videos every single week. And even with all of that work, your content might only get seen by your mom. Yikes. So when you're constantly chasing visibility, it becomes much harder to create a very meaningful impact. And the reality is that so much social media content actually disappears within 24 hours. So, I mean, there's a reason why content creation and social media management are full-time jobs. And I mean, you might be wondering, if running a social media store is so bad and so much work, why do many small businesses still do it? Well, that is actually a very good point, and I will touch on this in less than a minute. But first, there is one last issue social media stores run into that you should really know about, and that is technical limitations. Technical limitations aren't super obvious at first, but they matter at a long term. I mean, when you're selling directly on social media, access to customer data and analytics is usually very restricted. It's not like email marketing where you can segment your audience and target people very precisely. With your small Instagram shop, for instance, you might see just basic insights, but you don't fully own the data or get a view of the entire customer journey. And that makes it way harder to optimize your strategy. And there is also very little room for informational content. I mean, social media shops aren't designed for brand storytelling, FAQs, or SEO-driven content like a website is, for example. And that is a problem if you are selling, let's say, for example, handmade skincare or a coaching program where customers might want extra information or see testimonials before making the actual decision. And not to mention how time-consuming managing sales through social media can actually be. I mean, there's no customer support besides direct messages, and I mean, I don't need to tell you how messy that can get. And also, you can't even customize checkout experiences to maximize your conversions. You're just stuck with the structure the platform gives you, whether it fits your business or it doesn't. And ultimately, with social media stores, you don't control the branding or design the customer journey the way you would with your own website, because you don't actually own that shop. So here is the long-awaited solution. You shouldn't quit social media. It's still a very great tool to get attention and connect with your audience. But the key is to combine social media marketing with broader digital marketing. Use your social media platforms to build awareness around your brand and lean on other channels to convert customers and keep them coming back. That way, you'll actually own your audience and will be future-proofing your business so it can truly grow. Okay, so first things first, get a website for your business if you don't have one yet. Your website is your brand hub, and everything else like social media, email marketing, ads, they are strategies that grow your business and therefore also your brand. A website is a space you own, where you have brand authority. Content won't disappear after 24 hours, and you're not the mercy of an algorithm. Honestly, creating a website is also way easier than you think. And in this video right here, I show you how to build a super easy website with AI, so check it out. But once you actually do have a website, and I really hope that you do have a website, your next focus should be to promote it. And SEO is one way to go about it. We actually have a lot of content breaking down SEO, which I've linked down below in the description, so make sure to check it out. And SEO can actually get tricky, so it's worth considering a website builder that's already optimized for SEO, like the one I've just shown you a minute ago, so also check it out. Now, another marketing approach you can take is paid ads. If you think ads are too expensive, but then you're spending hours on Instagram every day without seeing results, I mean, it's worth asking yourself how much your time is actually worth. I mean, when you factor in the value of your time and energy, paid ads can very often deliver a much better return on investment than organic growth alone. And yes, ads do work when done properly and drive people back to your website where you can actually target them. And we actually also have a step-by-step video showing how to create simple Google Ads campaigns right over here, so make sure to check it out. And then we have email marketing. Now, unlike social media, your email list is something that you own, which means you're not dependent on algorithms to reach your audience. And you can also use emails to nurture relationships, share valuable content, promote new offers, and just bring past customers back. And if you do this very consistently, your email list can actually become one of the most reliable and profitable assets in your business. Now, everything you send encourages your email audience to engage with your brand through your website, whether that's, browsing your products, buying them, or just reading your blog posts. And we actually can tell you all about a really great email marketing strategy in this video here, so also check it out. And if you want to complement your digital marketing, you could also explore more traditional marketing methods, like, for example, getting featured in articles or magazines and also attending in-person events. For example, let's say if you own a small jewelry or clothing brand, participating in pop-up markets can really help you connect with real customers face to face. And this allows you to actually connect with people on a much personal level, and then you can take their contact information in a way more organic way. And later, prompt them to visit your website where you will be able to retain them. Now, traditional marketing can actually be a much better and faster way to grow an audience. I mean, how much time does it take to grow the same audience just by liking posts and leaving comments every day on Instagram anyway? So this is exactly why you should not sell only on social media. Social media stores are good for getting started, but they will not maximize your business's potential. It's not until you pair them with channels you actually own that you stop being at the mercy of an algorithm and start building something that is truly yours. Now guys, let me know in the comments if you've experienced any limitations with your social media stores and whether you would like a dedicated video on how to create an online store for your social media platforms. Now, thank you so much for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one.